The first step for me is actually trying to identify the objectives. Now, if I want to make a lot of proxies, I don't want to take too long. I want to be able to print them efficiently. I don't want to spend 15 to 20 minutes on one card versus if I want to print a foil proxy or raised spot foil textured, whatever you have, then it's going to look a little different, the setup. Now in this video, we're going to cover both route, and again, everything I'm talking about in this video will be linked in the description below. Shout out to Crack Secret Layer, everybody that's in there supporting this channel, this community. Without you, this video wouldn't be possible. All right, here's the mass printing premium setup, which is the setup I'm currently using. For the printer, we're using the Epson EcoTank 8500. For cutting, we're using Silhouette Cameo 5 Alpha. For the cardstock, we're using Proxy Jack white core inkjet ready paper, or the paper of your choice, because the EcoTank 8500 can handle a variety of cardstocks. Now, the reason why we chose Epson EcoTank 8500 is very simple. The printer is very easy to use, the color reproduction is top-notch, the image quality is great, the ink is very inexpensive to replace. The Silhouette Cameo 5 is the obvious choice because it drastically reduces the time you have to spend to cut each individual proxies. Now, once you set it up and it's running well. The Proxy Jack white core is my favorite for a couple of reasons. Now, the white core Proxy Jack paper is the easiest on the market to use right now. It has great rigidity, it's compatible with the inkjet printer, you can print double-sided if you want to. Alright, I got hungry halfway recording, so we came to our favorite noodle place, me and my wife, so we just finished eating. But let's move on with the other setup involves the laser printer. The same premium setup, you can actually change out the printer to be the Canon laser printer. That will be the Image Class MF753 CDW. Say that name 3 times. So this printer specifically can handle, let's call it the original black core cardstock that we all love, that MTG or the regular TCG game would use. Now, the downsides of that card is that you can't use that with a home-owned inkjet printer. That's why we have to use a laser printer or a UV printer. But the plus side of that cardstock is, it feels just like the regular cards. Now, the caveat with laser printer is that it does not do a good job at recreating details or the colors of the image. So you do have to give a little bit of the sacrifice. Now it's up to you whether you decide to go that route or not. If you do decide to get a laser printer, you can actually print on a foil cardstock, so it kind of widens the type of proxies you can actually make. But again, that also comes with a caveat. I'm going to show you here on the screen. As you can see, it actually peels off at the bottom. This is just what comes with the technology of laser printer. So it's up to you whether you want to go with this route or not. Honestly, if I were to start today from zero, and I would actually pick the Epson route just because the ease of use, image quality, plus the ink cost. Let's talk about the budget setup. All right, so for this one, I'm going with the extreme first. Now, let's just say you don't have money for a printer. You can only buy a pack of 20 sheet of cardstock. What do, right? Now, if you have a phone, if you have a computer, matter of fact, actually, you don't even need a computer. Just go to a library, right? Go to proxy.com, make your PDF. You get a pack of 20 sheet of cardstock, the white core cardstock. Take it to your local print shop, right? Ask them to print the PDF for you. Like, just bring the PDF on a USB drive and then load it in, ask them to do that. And at your local print shop, you probably have tools that you can use to trim it. Now, the only thing I think it would be worth my money to purchase, it would be a corner rounder, right? So you cut the individual cards out and then you use the corner rounder to round the corners. Instead of you using scissors to cut the corners, that would take like years to do, right? It doesn't really get any easier than this. Let's go over a little bit how we can make singles. Now, we're talking about specialized foils, we're talking about textured, raised, spot foil, just any kind of specialized proxies here. Now, one key point that you will realize throughout this video is if you have the same printer, for example, the EcoTank 8500, you can actually use this printer for a lot of things. Over here in specialized proxies, you can also use that printer as well. But if we didn't think budget was an issue, I would actually just do this the right way. Get a warehouse and get an offset printer, actually learn how to use the machine and then print stuff that way. But honestly, it's not realistic. So instead of doing that, we are being introduced with UV printers. Now, the results UV printer can produce is unmatched with any other printers on the market, right? You can have textured, you can print on fabric, you don't have any materialistic boundaries. You can print on any material. You can print on metal, glass. Personally, I've never used a UV printer. We have these companies, X Tools, and we have Eufy coming out with their personal UV printers. I could never get one on my hand because they actually don't ship to Hawaii, to the island here, which is kind of sad. And I have seen the proxies that's produced by UVs. Thanks to my friends at Strider's Forge, they've sent me a lot of very nice looking, very interesting looking proxies. And they continue to be the leading educators and experts in UV printing. Fundamentally, it's the same thing. You're using a printer, printing onto the surface of a material. But with UV printer, you can have layers of ink. And that's basically how you create spot foil, how you create interesting patterns in the background of the card. Now, obviously, UV printer is on the pricier side, and also the ink cost is on the higher side as well. Now, through the research that I did myself, I know that UV printer can also consume a lot of time when it's printing. Overall, I'm looking forward to being able to get my own personal UV printer and being able to demonstrate what it can do for all of you in the future. This next method I've been seeing a lot on social media. It's people print on this transparent sticker paper and they would trace it with white marker as the masking layer for parts that they don't want to be foil. They either cut it out, stick it onto a foil card that they don't want, and they remove the previous image on it, or they stick it directly onto a cardstock or foil stock. As I mentioned in the previous part of the video, you can always use the laser printer to make foil this way as well. The result might not be the best because it does flick off in my own testing if I use foil stock. Now, there's one tool that I do want to put into the honorable mention list. It's the die cutter. I haven't talked about it too much in this video because I want to give it a little bit of a spotlight on the side. Now, the die cutter is a very niche item that is actually kind of hard to get right now because of the shipping costs and all the import fees. But when you actually get the tool, you'll realize it's actually very useful. Now, I can actually sub out my corner rounder and use my die cutter. That would actually speed up my manual cutting process. In my next video, we're going to explore all of the proxy methods I've learned over the years.